너무 완벽하게 했는데, 이걸? No, I was so perfect. I know it. I was really perfect with this one. And why would you actually destroy me? It's not my fault. I was going really okay. Then I would actually be misplayed. It's really stupid. The Aldi opens up a new filiales in China. The grocery and everyday product carrier Aldi has its first of both the company's branches opened in China. Während die Aldi Sud bereits already the Aldi Sud, starting from 2017, purchased online in China. This discounter in Shanghai wants to test the stationery business, which would be stationed and located in China to better understand the Chinese customers' behavior, to get closer to them. So this, stationed company would actually be the beachhead for Aldi to better understand this consuming pattern of Chinese consumers. The both market would actually be the locally handled and operated, and these market would offer imported goods. There will be beef and milk immediately directly from Australia to be provided in the Chinese market, and that's already made, or even actually Chinese Aoleke, non-German trader and a provider would also be carried. I only need to think about it. It's very obvious. No, I never thought about it. This is so not true. Oil pest. Brazilian coast demonstrated with a very dangerous oil pest in a thick layer. Der Strand ist voll. Im Ahakaso in the Nordosten von Brasilien herrscht das beste Badewetter. Normally, the strain itself is full. In Aracaju, along the northeastern strand of a Brazilian, normally that rules the bathing weather. Then the strain itself is full of people coming from Brazil as a Brazilians, right? Aber fast niemandem wagt sich ins Wasser. However, almost no one actually dares to go in the water. Denn seit Tagen treibt die Brandung immer wieder Ölklumpen an den Strand. Since days, the conflagration pushes more and more of a oil cluster and a clump on the strand to pollute the area. Die Stadt hat die schlimmsten Ölflecken aus dem Sand schlaufen lassen, aber wieder schwemmte das Meer neues Öl an. The city has already led its main forces to pump more and more sand to cover up this worst type of oil spill, creating an oil splotch and blotch by contaminating the region. However, this already swims into the water to create more oil by bringing through the waves from the sea more and more oil will reach into the region. Markus, ein Hobbyfischer, hält einen Ölklumpen in der Hand. Marcus, as a hobby fisher, holds a very thick layered oil cluster in the hand. Sieh, unter was tierartig ist das, was den Meeresströmungen hierher tragen. It's really soft, or flexible. It's really like malleable sponge type of cluster. That's what the sea stream as a waves here carry. The sea streams and the waves carry this type of great thick clump onto the streams. Das Wasser bringt noch mehr Öl. The water brings more oil. Es sieht aus, als hätte eine Schiffe seines Tanker gesäubert. That looks really like as if any ship would have cleaned up its own tank by spilling off all oil. Dann, wenn hohe Ölflüssig ist es viel dünnflüssiger. When the raw oil is much fresh, then this would actually be much thinly layered to be fluid, much thinly fluid, with the viscosity lessened, more fluidity. Aber das hier hatte fast die Konsistenz von Plastik. However, that has almost the consistency from plastic. Wo der Stadt Ahakasu wieder Öl geforderte, am Horizont sind Bohrinseln zu sehen. For in the city, Ahakasu ore would be demanded to be on the horizon to see these foreign angels. They are there. Dort kann das Öl nicht ausgetreten sein, sagen die Ölkonzerne. However, from that point, it could never be brought, according to the oil company, which says that. Die Umweltbehörde Ibamba bestätigte das. The environmental authorities Ibamba confirmed that. Die chemische Analyse der Ölklumpen soll zeigen, dass das Öl nicht in Brasilien gefördert wird. The chemical analysis of an oil blotch should demonstrate or manifest or display or manifest or exhibit that the oil would not be demanded in Brazil, would not be given in Brazil. Auch Paulo America, der Leiter des Umweltbehörde in Ahakasu, ist an den Strand gekommen. Also, the Paulo America, the director of the environmental authorities in Ahakasu, has just arrived on the strand. Das ist ein nationales Problem. This is a national problem. Wir wussten, we would actually know, we knew that irgendwann auch hier zu uns kommen würde. Then, this would anyhow, anyway, someday, in a near day, come to us. Aber seit dem 3. Oktober ist es hier außer Kontrolle, sagt er. Aber starting from October 3rd, this remains out of control, he said. Strände, die sauber waren, strands, which were really clean, are all of a sudden adulterated and contaminated. Es könne im Moment keine Vorhersagen treffen. Right now, he could in this moment cannot meet any type of expectation or forecast. Aber wenn es so weitergehe, würde im Bundesstaat ZGP den Notstand ausrufen müssen. However, if this goes on, then he would probably be obliged to call for immediate emergency help by announcing the emergent condition from the federal regime, by designating the Zagreb as a state of emergency region. Genau ist das inzwischen geschehen. Exactly the situation is what happened. Die Ölpest betrifft aber nicht nur Zagreb, sondern die gesamte Nordostküste von Brasilien. This oil contamination affects not just the Surigao, rather the entire northeast coast from Brazil in Fortaleza. Tausende Kilometer weiter im Norden mussten fast alle Strände gesperrt werden. In Fortaleza, almost 1,000 kilometers along the coastline in the northern area for all strains must have been blocked and suspended because of the fastly propagating the actual expansion of oil blotch. Unterzwischen hatte das Ohr auch weiter im Süden die Küsten von Bahia erreicht. In between, the oil has already reached the actual area in the southern region following from the coastlines of Bahia. Das sind etwa 2000 Kilometer Coastlinien. These are about 2,000 kilometer coastline because the southern coasts from Bahia had been already affected. Heavy drainage inundation of oil. Nach wie vor ist die Herkunft des Ohr nicht geklärt. Following from that, as before, the origin of the oil is not yet explained or identified. So far. Es gibt keinen geschlossenen Ohrteppich, sondern mehr als hunderte kleine Ohrteppiche, die sich über den Küsten Brasilien verteilen. There is no one completely closed encapsulated oil carpet. Rather, more than 100 tiny oil carpets. They are disseminated throughout the Brazilian coasts. Die Tierwelt leidet darunter. The ecological animal world definitely suffers under that condition. Zuletzt werden schon einige tote Schildkröten, Wasservögel und ein toter Delfin angespült. Lately, certain cadavers of a species were washed up on the shores, including dead turtles, dead water birds, and dead dolphins, and dead ogles, and dead terrapins, and dead turtles. These cadavers were actually being washed up on and rinsed up on the shores as dead bodies.